I'm going to share a solution to a problem I've been having in Photoshop that I'm sure many other users will also have experienced at some time. It's the painting brush cursor, or more accurately, the lack of it. Now, in Photoshop, the normal paintbrush cursor is meant to look like an outline circle, but sometimes I don't see it at all, or I might just see a small crosshair where the center of the paintbrush should be. I can still use the paintbrush, but if I need to be precise, like when creating a mask, I really need to see where I've got the outer edge of the brush. As you can imagine, not knowing exactly where that edge is can make things a little awkward. But if you're not seeing that cursor outline, I found 4 potential reasons why that could be the case and how you can solve it. The first reason your Photoshop paintbrush cursor is missing can initially seem a little bit baffling, but it's simply because your paintbrush might be too big for the visible screen area. Here's what I mean. I'm viewing a 20 megapixel image at 100% so that I can work on a small section, but I've previously set my brush size to be quite large. In this case, the brush size is 5000 pixels, the maximum possible, which is way bigger than this small portion of the image. All I can see is the crosshair at the center of the brush. In this situation, view the document full size by hitting Ctrl and 0. The image will fit Photoshop's document window, and you can see that the brush cursor covers most of the image. You can reduce the brush size by tapping the left square bracket key or reduce the size in the brush settings. Once the brush size is small enough, zoom back into the area that you are working on and you'll see the brush cursor outline. The second and most common reason for not seeing Photoshop's paintbrush cursor is because the caps lock is on. This often happens for me. I accidentally brush my hand against the keyboard and it seems that I hit the caps lock key remarkably often. So if the paintbrush cursor is missing and all you see is the crosshair, release the caps lock key with a tap and the crosshair should change back to the normal paintbrush cursor with the outline of the brush. The third reason that you might not be seeing the paintbrush cursor in Photoshop is also related to the caps lock being on. You see, I sometimes connect an external keyboard to my laptop. The thing is that the next time that I use my laptop, I might forget that the external keyboard is connected. So even if the laptop's caps lock seems to be off, if the external keyboard has caps lock on, your paintbrush cursor in Photoshop could be missing. So if you do have an external keyboard connected, check the caps lock key on it, or disconnect the external keyboard altogether when you're using Photoshop. The fourth reason that you might not be seeing the paintbrush cursor is because your Photoshop preferences have changed. So what you need to do in this situation is go to Edit, Preferences, and then click on Cursors. If you're not seeing the brush outline and just have the crosshair, it's possible that you've got Precise selected in your preferences. You can see that in the Paintings Cursors preview window. If you change to the normal brush tip option, the brush outline should come back, as you can now see in the preview. Then click OK and you should have your paintbrush outline cursor back again. If you don't see it, check the paintbrush size and reduce it if necessary. To sum up, your Photoshop paintbrush cursor might be missing because of the following reasons. The brush size is too big for the screen, the caps lock is on or an external keyboard has its caps lock on, or alternatively, the painting cursor is set to Precise in the preferences. In the meantime, YouTube thinks that you'll like this video over here.